Hi everyone, my name is Keith Thomas and I'm 58-year-old. I live in Llanelli in South Wales. I have now had an ileostomy for 8 years. I had a total colectomy in 2012 due to a few years with ulcerative colitis. I've been asked to just give a few tips and tricks, things that I was worried about pre-op or after the operation. Now, before the operation, long before the operation, I would say one of my biggest fears in life was actually being operated on. I'd always thought about what it would be like. Would I be nervous? Would I get to the point where I wouldn't go through with it? All of these were proved totally wrong, because the fantastic NHS staff really looked after me, and they made sure that everything went smooth. I went down to the operating theatre, I was anaesthetised, I went off to sleep, and I woke up with home of the stoma, ready to start my new life. I think as people with IBD, Crohn's, colitis, any illness really, the one big thing that you do actually think about is, am I ever going to be well again? I wouldn't say it was a fear of mine, but all the times I spent in hospital before my operation and knowing how unwell I was, and I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't socialise, I couldn't do any form of exercise. To be honest, I got so bad I couldn't even go shopping. The first thing I'd be looking for is a toilet wherever I went. So it really was no life, and you start to think, is this the way it's going to be for life? Well, I can honestly say that since having a stoma, this is not the case. I now do what I like, I go where I like, I eat and drink what I like, I have quite a social life, I work as a bus driver every day. Another thing I'd like to talk about is relationships, and I'm in the fortunate position that me and my wife have been married for over 15 years, and I knew the relationship we had would not be a problem with her accepting whatever I had to go through. You know, she went through the dark times with me, and she's going through the awesome times with me. She's always been there for me, and we've always helped each other. So really on that score, I never really had any worries about it. Being open and being honest. Now, I'm quite happy to show anybody who wants to see my ostomy, my bag or my ostomy. I'm quite open about it. All my friends know about it, my family know about it, my work colleagues know about it, my employers know about it. I really see no point in hiding what you've had done. You know, it hasn't caused any problems for me whatsoever, being open and honest about it. I have 4 children and 6 grandchildren, and they are varying in ages from newborn up to 16-year-old. And quite often, if they've stayed with us or they've been with us, they've asked questions, and I'm quite happy to show them the bag and talk to them about it. At the end of the day, education is the thing that will help all of us, you know. Okay, another thing I'd like to touch on before we finish, and that's hernias and hernia support. Now, when I was in hospital 8 years ago, I didn't really have a lot of information about supporting your stoma if you were coughing or sneezing. And about a year into my life as an ostomate, I had a really bad cold and I was coughing and sneezing, and of course I didn't think to support my stoma when I was coughing or sneezing. Now, as you can see, if I turn to the side, I have a lump there, which is, this was the start of a hernia 8 years ago. Now, being an older man, I have a lot of loose fat, because obviously my time of life, it goes to your belly. But supporting your stoma, if you're coughing or sneezing, especially in the early days, You're told not to do any lifting. It is very, very important. So before I go, I hope this video has been of some help to you. Just remember, there are thousands of us who have been through this operation. There are thousands of us going through this operation. We are one community and we are here to help each other. I hope this video has helped you. If you need to know anything else, I am easy to find and easy to contact. Drop me a message and I will always reply to you. Take care.